Hey, what's up guys, it's Aaron and I've got a special treat for you today. Trans people often, struggle with dysphoria of all kinds. We got top dysphoria, bottom dysphoria, dysphoria in general. And it's a tough subject to address, it's a tough subject to find solutions for. And I was actually able to find one that I found online probably about a year ago that I started trying that really helps me out. Now I know it's not really a solution long term, but it's definitely a solution for the time being if you're waiting to have surgery or anything like that. So I started using KT tape instead of binding. And binding, it has its pros and cons, of course. The biggest one for me is that it takes out the feeling of being suffocated. It takes out that feeling of just like you being squeezed. And it also says for binding, when you're binding with regular binder, not to bind for longer than 8 hours. So that's a big one for me because I bind all day long. I usually, if I have to wear my binder, if I don't have tape or something like that, I'll bind all day. I used to sleep in my binder. I mean, it was just not healthy. And so that's what this is for. So it's KT tape. They've got the Pro and the regular version, original version. This one's made of all cotton. Comfortable to wear, mostly comfortable to wear. Obviously that's what they advertise, that it is comfortable, but it is pretty comfortable to wear. I forget that I'm wearing it a lot, which is, I guess, like I'm thankful for. It's got a good level of support compared to the Pro. The Pro's got actually way more support, but it's also way more adhesive, which isn't good for your skin and nipples and things like that. So it's not as water resistant. It's not as water resistant as everything else, or as the Pro version, but this is what it looks like. It comes in, you can get different colors. I actually got the beige, I got this from Walmart. And when you open it up, you're able to, it comes with a tape like this. And these tapes come out in strips. And then it also comes with, your little handy tips for how to start using it and things like that. But that's mainly because it's for common injuries. So they show you a diagram of where you could use it on your body for mainly like pulled muscles and stuff. I used this when I played softball back in the day, when I would like pull a muscle or anything like that. When I wanted to keep playing anyways, I would just tape it up and get back out there. So it comes in this container. You can just tear it off, tear it open. It comes like this. So this they have pre-cut strips for you, depending on, how much you need. I started out using 2 strips. I would cut them both in half, and I would use 1 strip over my nipple and across my chest, and the second strip against the bottom so it wasn't coming out as, like, poking out of my shirt as bad. And so I actually was able to, once I started testosterone, my chest shrunk, and the more that I work out, the more it continues to shrink. This KT tape ran me about $10, which was about $10 cheaper than the Pro version. And it'll last me, it's got 20 pre-cut strips. And so I use 1 strip for my chest, and that usually lasts me probably about a good day. I like to take it off and let them breathe at night, so I'll just shower in the morning, put it on, then put on my deodorant. That's a very important pro tip part, is to put this on before your deodorant, otherwise it won't stick and won't last, and it'll be stressful all day because you'll feel like it's gonna come off. So don't do that. Learn that the hard way. But yeah, $10. Check it out, KT tape, it'll help you out. So this is just my basic white t-shirt. I don't have the biggest chest, but at the same time, it feels giant to me. But this is relatively the same as when I'm binding. And I used to have to use 1 strip, so you can see the strips through my shirt. I used to have to use 1 strip across the top, and then 1 strip down here below to completely like close off that look, right? A pro tip, stretch out your shirts. My favorite thing is shirts that fit me right. My shirts have to fit right around my neck. They've got to fit right about my arms. I'm really picky about my shirts. And one thing that I've noticed is if I get shirts that fit around my neck and my arms right, it's usually really tight within this area and around my stomach. But for my chest, I just stretch it out. So I put my hands up there and I'll stretch it out like that, so that way it's baggier in the front, which I like because then it gives you that natural look. But it still fits you everywhere else. Everyone's different. Everything works differently for different people. So usually this will work on smaller chested guys. I've never been super big, so I don't really know how it works with bigger chested guys. Like I said, I like to wear tight shirts around my neck, so it's usually tied around my shoulders. Now, when I'm leaning over to grab something, I don't want people to be able to see the lines of my binder. Like that's like one of my big things. And so with tape, I don't have to worry about that, because when I'm taped, all my back is just completely flat. And it makes me feel like, I don't know, it just makes me feel free, you know? Like it's one of the best things that I've been able to get for it. So yeah, that's just my overall, breakdown of this KT tape. It's really helpful. It's helped me a lot, and it changed my everyday life. Like I can sit there and I can go out and not have to worry about, my binder squeezing me to death, or not binding at all, or not wearing anything at all. So whatever works for you, this is just what helped me, so I figured I'd share this with you. I hope you guys are having a great day, and go ahead and subscribe if you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if that's what you're into, and I appreciate you watching this. I'll see you later. Peace out.